It's a new year, 2023 to be exact, and I know that most of us are either high on the energy of a new year or rolling our eyes because it's just another day. A continuation of yesterday. Some of us are probably cuddled up in bed because it is raining today, which is so beautiful. Or we're probably just battling with Babalas, wondering why everybody is so loud. Y'all got a little wild yesterday. While planning for my 2023, I couldn't help but giggle at younger me. I really never actually imagined myself being in 2023. When I was younger, my life sort of ended in 2015. I could see everything until 2015, the year of my matriculation. Every single year beyond that has been a beautiful surprise. It's almost like I woke up in 2016. I was like, oh, 2016? Then 2017 was like, oh, 2017, and so forth and so forth. So today I'm like, oh, 2023? What? I consider how my life only actually started after 2015. And I reflect on how perspective truly changes. Younger me saw life in one small box, with only one goal in mind, which was passing my grade 12. Once that happened, it's almost as if I had to start from scratch, climbing out of the box I had placed myself in to realize that life was so much bigger than a single box. Perhaps that within itself is a relevant point of reflection. The idea that goals can cage one into only seeing life to the point where the goal is fulfilled, never thinking about what life is going to be like beyond that. While many of us sit down and draft body goals, career goals, family goals, I wonder if we put ourselves in boxes, which require literal effort to climb out of. Have you ever thought, what happens on the day after I am on a scale and my ideal weight is reflected back to me? What happens after I land the dream job? Do I just keep on going? Do I just keep on striving for the next goal? Do I get stuck in an endless pursuit of the next great thing? Or do you just wake up relieved, whew, I did it, and then you go back to your old habits? Back to the place where you came from. Both seem like two extremes, but in reality, that's exactly what we do. On the one side, we can be caged by our dreams, and on the other side, we can become careless fools who let habits formed become habits died. I was scrolling through TikTok the other day, and for some odd reason, my For You page was filled with videos about the Matrix. One video that stood out was when a content creator was talking about how we're all stuck in this matrix, and in the matrix we have to color within the lines. And if you dare color outside of the lines, you might actually wake up to the matrix. Of course, that got me thinking, well, do you know how we actually got punished as kids for coloring outside the lines? Do you think it works the same? Do we get punished today in today's society when we try to live outside the lines? Maybe our goals create some kind of matrix of their own, which keep us caged within certain spaces and only allow us to color within those lines. What if they confined us into certain spaces where we only see life from one narrow perspective? Now, that's not to say we're cancelling goal setting and resolutions. If anything's being cancelled, it's cancel culture. I'm merely processing how our goals affect us and ultimately alter our reality. Your goals can snatch you from one lived reality into another. You can be experiencing life in one tangent, then suddenly off to another, just like that in a matter of seconds. From waking up to the same patterns to suddenly a new shade of purple in your life, named lilac, of course, because lilac is just another shade of purple. Goals aren't necessarily a prison, but they can be. They aren't fundamentally prisons like boxes that we get placed in, but they can become prisons and boxes that we climb into. They can also function as portals to other people's boxes, and sometimes they can be the very fire that we use to burn down the boxes and see reality for what it truly is. In the spirit of setting goals this new year, perhaps we should reflect on the boxes we find ourselves stuck in. I'll reveal one of my own. I've been in university for the past 6 years. 3 years I did my undergraduate degree, I did my honours during a pandemic, and took 2 years to do my master's degree. This box I'm in, which was once a goal I would strive towards, has suddenly become a prison. Because now I feel the urge to do my PhD, despite the fact that logically I know this is taking up too much of my time from working on all my other ventures, all the other goals that I actually have, all the other boxes that I've left untouched. I could be writing a novel, producing a podcast, writing the script to the next bestseller. Instead, this once great aspiration of mine to get a degree has caged me in a cycle of striving for higher. Sometimes striving for more and higher can become a leech, which sucks all the life out of your other goals and aspirations. What boxes are you stuck in and just can't seem to get out of? Perhaps it's a question of perspective. Maybe there is nothing wrong with aiming for higher and climbing the so-called ladder of success. There are no definite answers when it comes to this. Some goals really do become prisons, with locks and chains, while others set us off on a journey to finding new versions of ourselves that we never knew existed in the past. I certainly had no idea that I could someday be a proposal away from holding a doctorate degree. Me, a whole doctor of philosophy. Now that's way beyond my little box of matric. So I was saying, wait, was I even really saying anything? I'm merely processing. Processing through what it really means to have goals and resolutions. Processing the fluidity of life. And the matrix? I'm merely hoping that someday we'll wake up and realize what prisons we're all stuck in. Taking back the controls and jumping out of the boxes we've confined ourselves to. It's a new year. For me, same old me. I had no desire to bring a new version of myself this year because that's the thing with New Year's. It's always you who walks into it. You just get to choose what parts of yourself you allow to die. So, same old me. Maybe a few habits to be buried. But it'll definitely happen over time. I didn't wake up a different version of myself. New year with the same habits of yesterday. Always remember that you're one decision away from changing your entire life. You never know what committing to starting that exercise plan, changing your diet, taking your career seriously, changing careers, starting a new company will actually do for you. Now I say take that chance. Start that new you, or rather, those new habits. Set those goals, then strive towards them. Walk towards reaching your goals on a daily basis. Who knows? Maybe that's the key to escaping the matrix. Thank you so much for tuning into this episode of Processing by myself, Nonhlanhla Mazibuko. Processing is simply a podcast where I do nothing more than think out loud, go down different tangents of thought in bids to organize the chaotic mess that is in my brain. I look forward to seeing you in the next episode as we do nothing more than process.